Hi, thank you so much for joining me today. This is Jenny Oya with Nuggets and Things. I want to share with you a little bit today, about lessons. Lessons learned. It should have been lessons taught, right? Our lessons that we are learning should be, oh my goodness. If life doesn't do anything else for us, it should have taught us some valuable lessons, right? The few things we want to talk about is, and I know we talk about this over and over again, but sometimes you got to be, repetitious in things because sometimes it seems you get it today and it bounces off tomorrow. And if you can kind of align with a scripture, it talks about the seed goes out and some goes on good ground, some goes on stony ground, and some, get on the good ground, but the birds came and ate it up, which means they got it for a minute and later on, soon as another wind blow or somebody else tell them something else, they forgot everything else. It's gone. Of course, the good ground is it was placed in your heart. You received it and you kept it. Stony ground, you ain't paying no attention, honey. And nobody nobody pays for those lessons that you don't pay attention to but you. You know? Um, it's like going into a store. The first time you go into a store, you see a clearance sale and you see something you really like, a beautiful top. You grab the top, go to the register, you pay for it, you go home, and you say, "Oh, how you like my top?" And then you look at it and say, "Dad, this is not even the right size." The top is either too small or too big. And so you go back to the store and say, "Oh, yeah, I got the wrong top. I just want to exchange this top for another top. I got the wrong one. Here's my receipt." Hell no. All signs of all sales are final, honey. We don't. You can't return on clearance. All sales are final, but it's the wrong one. All I gotta do is just no. We don't do that. I'm sorry, but it's on the paperwork. It's on your receipt. We don't take that. Mm. You can get upset with the cashier. You can get upset with the store, but who should you be upset with, really? You, honey. You're the one that pay attention to the reading. Sometimes I tell people there's writing on the walls all the time. We just don't pay attention to it. You know. But now, what you learn or what you should have learned from that lesson is that next time you see a clearance sale and you see something you like, before you go to that register, you're gonna make sure what it is the right size because you already know because they haven't taught you this lesson, honey. If it ain't the right size, you take it home. You leave this store, it's yours. So that's a lesson that not only keeps you for today, but that should be the rest of your life because you don't learn something. That was a lesson that you learned. And it might only cost you $20, $30, but it's still a lesson you learn. Some lessons in life may not cost you any financial money, but it costs you some of your time, some of your emotions, so forth and so on. So you want to make sure if somebody is teaching you a lesson that you want to make sure that you what? You guard that lesson that you got. You guard it, honey. You guard it so that lesson, that lesson that you got, you ain't got to worry about what? It coming back at you again because you done paid attention to the lesson. People you meet will teach you lessons. Good, bad, or indifferent, but they have taught you a lesson, honey. I tell you, a newborn baby can teach you a lesson. You pay attention to it. Everybody is a teacher, and they can teach you something. If you're open to a lesson, baby, you got to be open to it. So today, look around. Think about the things that's going on in your life and ask yourself, is this something I want to put in my pocket for the rest of my life? Or is something, I can just lay it aside? It's your choice. But when we see things happen, you know, lessons, honey, they talk about things all the time. All the time, they're talking about things. And you should be taking notes on what they're talking about, especially if it comes to something that has to do with your life or someone around me. It's going to affect me in some way or another. You know, some people, are looking at today, calamity, hardships, but they didn't pay attention to years ago. This was already writing on the wall. But what were we doing years ago? Huh? What were we doing? We were paying attention to what they were telling us, not what our spirit was telling us, because we get to a place that we no longer rely on our spirit, rely on the media. People on the outside, they tell you what they want you to know. Let's say, oh, need no basis, baby. Mm. But don't think what you see today just happened today, 2025. Honey, it's been in the making a long time ago. You know? Ooh, honey. But what do? I love to go back because it's it's beautiful to me, right? You know, years ago, before they had all this technology that we find so convenient, but can be so much trouble when you think about it sometimes. So before they had this convenience of your cell phone and computers and the worldwide news, right? What did you rely on to get your information from? Who did you rely on, right? You know, we forget those of us, that want to talk about spirituality, which means you're able to see things past what is naturally seen when you're tapped into your spirit, right? But now, if all you can see is what's been broadcast, then that says that you're not relying on your spirit. You're relying on someone else or something else to tell you what's going on because you cannot think for yourself. Lessons, babe. Don't you know? Have you paid attention to things, honey? All through our life, we find out the things we've been told. Find out later on it wasn't even true, right? But we still what? We still get locked up in it. I used to watch what you call them, soap operas. 40 years ago, my spirit or my spiritual guides told me not to watch them anymore. Say the only thing you're getting from that, lies and deceit. Is not teaching anything constructive. You're not learning anything how to be better. And this is 40 years ago now. 40 years ago. I said, well, this particular story, I liked it, right? I said, I'm gonna watch it one more day because I want to see whether or not these two people get married. So give me the day. Now I'm trying to bargain with my spirit. 40 years ago. He was over 40. I'm trying to bargain with my spirit on how I need to watch this story one more day. You heard me tell the story, you know, and I went through, a rough time that day, with my baby, my newborn baby, and once, life was restored back to him, honey, I hit that TV and knocked that TV off, honey, turned it off, and I haven't watched the story since. But I had to hit something, honey, to get me to stop. When I was instructed to stop, I should have stopped then. But I had to wait until something bad happened to make me now go with this. Okay, yeah, I understand. Yeah, I got it. 40 years ago, honey, and I still haven't watched another one to this day. Now that's a small thing, but it was something teaching me how to be obedient to my spirit, to listen to my spirit, pay attention to it, because what I'm supposed to be putting into my spirit should be good things, should be something to help me to be better. It should be something that's going to teach me how to move. And because when things are changing in our world, my spirit is already aware of it and it's trying to tell me what's happening so I can be prepared for it. And most people know years ago, I've told you about how I was trying to buy land, you know, trying to get this village, set up, come off the grid. I was talking about that way before 2020 even hit, coming off the grid. And I understand coming off the grid, a lot of people are off the grid now, they still have, access to, computers, everything, whatever. But coming off the grid, not being in contact with a whole lot of things that, you just need to move away from, right? Now, I talked about that a long time ago. Now, it's like an epidemic. Everybody's trying to come off the grid, right? People trying to do a whole lot of different things because they say the climate change, the climate being changed. You just ain't paid attention to it because your spirit just wasn't locked in. Now, some people were now, honey. People was off this years ago, back before 2020. There was a group on the social media. They were trying to get people to buy into land because they were taking those storage containers, and making houses into it. Years ago, honey, almost what? Oh, good gracious, maybe at least 13, 14 years ago, right? So people was in tapping, they knew there was a change going on before 2025 because everybody wants to blame everything on 2025. But honey, stuff was happening way before 2025 and people were taking note of it and they were doing something back then because they saw there was a change going on, honey, everywhere. And it was affecting people who needed to understand there's a change going on. Stop paying attention to what they want you to hear and pay attention what your spirit tells you when you're connected to your God or your guides, your ancestors, to the universe, whatever you want to use. If you're connected, you should have heard what was happening way before it happened. Because we're supposed to be prepared, prepared, not getting prepared, you know? And now you're scurrying around, running to and fro, like Revelations, ain't it? And they say, hey, running to and fro, asking the rocks to fall on them. Oh, calamity, calamity. That's in Revelation, right? Because not nobody, a lot of people wasn't prepared. And why? Because you wasn't paying attention to what? The spirit. Your spirit been talking, honey. It's been telling you things are happening. We getting all upset because of this. This has been in movement for a long time. Some things never even changed. You just thought it did. Some things are always what it is. They just change players from time to time. They change a player, moving over here, moving, the sleight of the hands. It's called smoke and mirrors. Study it sometime about the smoke and mirrors. They talked about that, honey, a long time. Long in the 60s, honey, smoke and mirrors. And then every once in a while, somebody opens up and tells you the truth. And the moment they start telling you the truth, they disappear. Because you ain't supposed to tell them the truth. We got smoke and mirrors going on. We doing our magic tricks in front of them, make them think all is good, everything is well. It's okay. It's okay. We don't want them. Wow, I want them to be happy. Keep on saying y'all song. Come on, boots on the ground. Do it. Come on, do y'all thing. Meanwhile, we making bunkers. We creating this. We got this going on. They having meetings. And we still talk about boots on the ground. Come on, y'all. 2 steps. I'm gonna teach you how to do this now. You go here, you go here. You learning this, honey. Do you know what boots on the ground means? Your boots supposed to be on the ground. Military now. Boots supposed to be on the ground, honey. When your boots hit the ground, you're supposed to be ready for war. That's what boots on the ground is. So the song is the best song we should have going on right now, honey. But the dance, honey. Yeah, I know how to do it. But look, the dance ain't what we should think about. It is preparing, for whatever's getting ready to happen. For real, honey. But what? We should have been prepared. People are telling us about stuff that we should have already known. And I know I got some of my people already know. And they already been doing this, honey. Because they've been paying attention. You ain't been sitting back, honey, watching the world go around and acting like it's not going to affect you because it's happening over there. It's happening over there. Nah, honey. It was happening right here. It was happening right here. Here we are, honey. They talk about now getting your bug out bag or they bug out. Some people say bug out, some say bug in. But get your bag that for ready to go. They talk about making sure you're fit to go. If you got a break out in a rush, you got your stuff together. You've been exercising every day, so you can have some wind in case you got to move quickly. That's what that's what we should have been talking about. Your girl ain't been out there every time somebody she's on her bicycle, out here walking, out here trying to get these planks down packed, working, how they working out. This ain't to make sure I got 2 or 3 abs, honey. Got some wind going on. You know, lessons, baby. Learning these lessons, honey. People are teaching you these lessons and you ain't paying attention. Write down. Nope. Note it, honey. Note it. What did they say? Okay. So they told me to pay attention over here. And so everybody's looking over here to the right. Because that's what they say pay attention to. Look what they're doing to this. Look what they're doing to that. So they tell you, look, hear them? Look. When they tell you to look there, look over there. Because what they don't want you to see is what you need to pay attention to. you, you, think, you think they want you in the know. They want you to keep buying, keep spending money, doing this, doing that, stuff you don't even need. You better save your money, take some of your money out the bank and have it somewhere else. Put it somewhere else that you can get to just in case, stuff like that. Oh, y'all say what's so funny? You know what's so funny? It's the fact that my spirit is happy. And I feel good because I was paying attention. You know, I was paying attention. I lost people, honey, because I'm trying to tell them something. And they didn't want to listen. And then when things to come to fruition, all of a sudden they start seeing it, and they attacking me. I'm like, I'm trying to tell you this is going on. You know, you know. And then the peace. I will keep you in perfect peace. Whose mind is stayed on me. Perfect peace. You have peace, honey, in a situation that's going on. Everybody's running rapid. Not everybody. I'm trying to stop saying that word. When people are running rapid, you're still in peace. Because it's look, it's a part of your assignment. It's your charge. Stay in peace. People bouncing here and there. Where's your peace? Stay in peace, honey. Stay in peace. Now, most of y'all already ready. Most y'all been doing, you're supposed to be doing anyway, right? You already got your stuff stockpiled, done, extra wood. You done got everything together. You ready for it. Some of y'all say, I don't even want to hear no more about those. That's just, I know. Them sleepers. Them sleepers, honey. They like to sleep. What I tell you about sleepwalkers, honey, don't be trying to wake them up. Maybe they hot, honey. Trying to wake them up. Let them sleep. They want to sleep. Let them sleep on. But those of y'all that are woke, real woke people now, everybody, we woke. They ain't woke, honey. But those of y'all that really woke, I know y'all ready. Y'all sit down there. You got your legs crossed, honey. You know what I mean? Y'all got grills that you can cook. You can, you feel me? Yeah. You spend your money on things that are wise. Some of y'all spending your money on, with some things, watches and bags and shoes. Other y'all's getting into these boxing lessons, learning how to kickbox, and martial arts, and outlet to the range, and doing all that kind of stuff. You spend your money wisely, trying to make sure just in case things happen. You got some kind of help, some kind of way, or you connect to somebody that knows things like that, right? You know, lessons, baby. They've been teaching you lessons, honey. Have you learned anything yet? Have you learned anything? I know I have, huh? I have. That's why you got this smile on my face today. I'm smiling, honey, because I've learned my lessons. You ain't gotta tell me, honey, how to check that daggone tag and make sure it's the right size. You ain't gotta tell me, honey, to make sure you know. I got this, honey. I'm paying attention to all that stuff. Sure is. I know you are too. I hope you have a fabulous day. Let your light shine, honey. Remember, honey, lessons, are taught. And hopefully when you're learning these lessons, it'll carry you on and on and on and on. You know. And you learn lessons easily if you let your spirit lead you and not your flesh, your natural man, your physical being. This house. You worry about this house. You're trying to get this house together. Oh, I got a crow's foot here. Oh, I got You worried about this house, the outer core, trying to fix it up, you know, tummy tuck, all stuff. You two trying to do all this stuff, and there's something bigger, the bigger picture, baby, that you need to be worried about. The spiritual man. I love it when people can talk to you without opening their mouth. Ain't that nice? I love it. You know, you know, telepathic used to be the way we did things. We could talk without using the phone, without going next door. People could hear you and show up into something. You know, I like it. You know, you could talk to people and be in two different languages, but yet you can talk to them telepathically and they understand everything you say. There's some people who get together, become a couple, and they speak two different languages. And I've seen it happen. And they understood what they need to understand and love each other based on that. Isn't it amazing? You know, it's just beautiful. When you know how to deal with your spirit, honey, and you know how to stay in tune with it. That's why I tell you, stay in tune, honey. Tune up that spirit. If you don't understand what's happening, it's only because of you, right? Because there's so many doors that's open for you. You know, tune up your spirit. Get your spirit in line, right? You know when you done, they call it backslid. You know when you done backed up from your spirit because you're so busy depending on things, machines, and everything to tell you how you're supposed to think. So you can't think no more. You're like a robot. Machine telling you how to think. TV, that's a machine telling you how to think. They tell you how to think. And so you can't think for yourself. You know, and because they told you this, you ain't believe nothing nobody else say. You ain't gonna believe the spirit say. Because you ain't tuned into your spirit. I'm in tune to the machine all day. The machine. I'm watching the machine. I'm watching the machine. I tell my auntie, I said, Auntie, turn that TV off. All she had the news channel on all day long. And the news all day was scrolling, nothing but bad news. Somebody shot, this school's happening here, this happened. Nothing but bad news all day. And you putting it in your spirit all day long. And wonder why you're scared of everything. You're nervous, you're angry, your anxiety's bad. Look what you're feeding yourself all day. I said, put a movie on. Oh, but you need to know what's going on. I said, okay. Well, I'm gonna see how much you watching that news is gonna change what's happening. When you could, change what's happening by just getting your spirit right. That way you could be in that perfect peace, honey, while things are happening. Cause you got this. And you got it too. Those of you that are tuned in, you got this. You got it, honey. I'm so happy for you. I really am. Seriously. I'm so happy for every one of you that are tuned in, that are really, really tuned in. And you have gotten yourself together. And you know it is time, like never before, that you pay attention to your spirit. My children was talking about something. I said, oh, I already got that pack. Oh, I'm having problems with yes pack too. I already got that stuff put together. It's together. You know. What? I said, honey, I've had this stuff together because I've been listening, not to the news. You know. I love you. You have a fabulous day. Don't let nothing discourage you from being you. Love yourself, baby. Love you. Don't matter what anybody else does, how they feel. You be you and be at peace at being you, honey. You know what I'm saying? Now, boots on the ground. Ooh, you know. Hey, do it, honey. Boots on the ground. Love you. Be fabulous.